So someone in our Discord room posted a map of where alarms are going off in Israel. Okay, so we got, looks like at least 4, maybe 5 places. This is why I created this chat room so people could bring this information. So he also reported, or this person reported, explosions heard at U.S. base in Conoco gas field in Syria. Syria is the same place where they've been having earthquakes as well. Syrian report intensive flight of U.S. warplanes in the sky of Deir ez-Zor, if I'm pronouncing that right, countryside after targeting Conoco field base, a barrage of Hezbollah rockets towards Mount Myron. Okay, so let's do this real quick. Let me bring this down here. All right, so the red alert. Now, this is 12 hours ago from Israel, I'm assuming, but IL red alert. Video footage of IDF captures the interception of Hezbollah's UAVs launched from southern Lebanon this morning, which is the 13th, which triggered alarms in northern Israel. Remember the map I just showed you that we had was posted in the Discord room, particularly in the Kiryat Shimona area. Okay, and there you have the footage. Okay, now pause again. All right, so let's check out some more reports here. Hamas rocket, it's 5:04 at the time that I'm recording this video, 2 hours ago, according to the time. Hamas rocket attack hit the Israel capital city of Tel Aviv. Now, we go back and forth, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem. 2 rockets fired. 1 exploded in a residential area of Tel Aviv. Okay? Now, I'm only reading you what's being put out there. I'm not saying whether it's hit or miss. Because I read another report that talked about where the rockets ended up at. 2 rockets fired. 1 rocket exploded in a residential area of Tel Aviv. Another rocket landed in the Hamas territory without even approaching the Israel border. Looks like a Diwali firecracker. No casualties. Okay. Now, another report said that one of them hit the sea and blew up. Okay. So, you've always got conflicting stories, but the main meat of the story is that they fired rockets, 2 of them. 1 landed in Tel Aviv in a residential area, which I've been hearing all day. And then the other one, the main report that I've heard, the second one landed in the sea. Okay. So let's do this. All right, let's pause that. Let's go up a little bit. Now, conflicting reports. Of course, always going to be conflicting reports. But here's the thing, I got to ask this question, and I always ask this question. Things of this nature look like rogue folks doing their thing. I think a lot of times the enemy, you may have soldiers that work for both our side and their side that may be doing things out of order. Because the makeshift launcher that they showed these guys putting together looked really janky. Now, here's the question. Will Israel respond? The fact that you threw them over here, now meditating on it and looking at it, it didn't look like any real military significance. Bunch of jokers in an abandoned building that was already been destroyed. trying to makeshift a launcher. Now, no real major damage, right? But what damage was done? Do they then retaliate? Or, because here's the thing, if you don't retaliate or pick up a phone and say, hey, who did that? Y'all ready for the smoke? Because if you are, we coming. So who was that did? So were there calls made? Were there adjustments made? Because it's clear that there were some things launched. Okay? It's very clear. So, what do you do now if you're Israel? Do we pick this thing up and move? Or, and I'm going to say it again, Putin was supposed to had some peace talks with Ukraine, but that's over with. And so is the peace talks with Hamas over with. Now, are they really over with because of these two or these folks that did what they did? So now you're moving out of pocket and you're doing things now that you shouldn't have done. Okay. 1 hour ago, M90 rockets. So what are we looking at? On Tuesday, the 13th, rebellion. And that's why I wanted to bring this video to you. Because obviously, we have firepower on both sides of the football. And that firepower, will it be responded to in kind? Did that destroy the peace talks? I don't know. But all I can tell you is something that they've done. And what they've done is not good. All right, now we got a picture here. Let me show you something here. This is 4 hours ago. Hamas launches 2 rockets claimed to be 2 M90 missiles. A lot of report that I heard in video, of course, we have to authenticate. One landed in this ocean. Okay, so here's this report. Okay, so you can get conflicting reports. You just got to keep combing through until we figure out what makes sense. Okay. 2, at Tel Aviv, Israel's commercial center, marking the first in such months. Israel military reported that 1 rocket landed in the sea. Now, the other report I just read said it landed just outside the border. So which one is it? And the other did not reach Israel's territory with no casualties reported. This is the reason why we have conflicting conversations, because we are getting conflicting reports. I just read you a report that said one of them landed in a residential area. This one says it didn't even make the territory, and the other one hit the sea. Which one is it? Now, if Israel does nothing, would that say that these reports are right, that they didn't do no damage, they didn't? Or, but here's the problem. Again, we know that they did it, right? How does it make Israel look if they don't respond? How does it make them look if they do respond? Because to me, if you don't respond, if you don't at least pick up the phone and make a phone call and be like, hey, I know we beefing, but did you put the hit out on these 2 rockets that were fired? We've already known that they said they want to blow Israel off the map. So would they deny it? No, we didn't send them to. We didn't put that hit out. Because if it's nothing done about it, then you open the door for invitation for Israel to let them do it again. Now, are any of our 3-letter fraternities in our government involved in this? You know, they have people over there that look just like them that actually work for us. Could they have hurried this up? so they can get it going? Was somebody out of pocket with these 2 rockets? And why are there conflicting reports? One report, it didn't even touch Israel's border. The other report, it fell inside of Israel's residential area. I'm just only bringing you the news. That's it. Don't chop my head off. I'm only bringing you the news. This doesn't have anything to do with the story, but I was scrolling and saw this. Now, Bangladesh is out of order too. They just took over their whole entire parliament. Now we got another story in Bangladesh. This was 1 day ago. Another 2 Hindus, this is Kamala's people. Villages set on fire in Bangladesh at large-scale ethnic cleansing of Hindus continues. Why is Kamala not speaking up on this? Half your bloodline is from over there. Anyone care? Any protest in Europe cities? Any UN condemnation? Nobody cares. No Jews, no news. And this is what's going on over there in Bangladesh. Okay. Now, yeah, that's a trip. No Jews, no news. Hamas released a video showing that they launched 2 rockets today dressed as civilians. Oh, dressed as civilians towards Tel Aviv from a tent in a humanitarian zone in Khan Yunis. When they die, Hamas will claim they will be innocent civilians. This is how they manipulate the world. Now, what happens? Okay, this is the... Now, I'm not going to play that audio just for ScumTube's sake. But this is, I believe, the thing that they made to launch these rockets. There you go, right there. Shade Tree Mechanics. Ain't that about nothing? You can, if there's a will, there's a way. You can get it going. We can get it. Hey. Okay? That's all I'm going to show it at. Now, that's supposed to be recent. Okay. Supposed to be recent. Let's see. Hostage Square. Hostage, y'all would call it Hostage Square in Tel Aviv tonight, the eve of Tish B'Av. And I believe somebody said they think today is the 9th of Av. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and let my cry come unto thee. Psalms 102. Okay, embassy. I think that's from the embassy. All right. So another growing problem, obviously, we have a Hindu problem. And Kamala Harris has not spoken up on it. Why? We got Israel. We've got Hamas, Russia, Ukraine. There's another problem in Bangladesh. And she's from there. People, oh, no, she's not. All the Indians have roasted her on TikTok. They are roasting the harlot in purple on TikTok for not claiming her bloodline or half of her bloodline. And I do believe her daddy is Hindu either as well. He is Jamaican, but there's a lot of stuff on him as well. So, but why is she not speaking up on this? I just showed you they're burning villages down in Bangladesh. They've overrun their parliament. And this is happening in large sectors all around the world. Okay? Europe, especially. Africa. All right? Now Bangladesh and India, Hindu minority in Bangladesh. Okay, so this is an untold story. And this guy's wearing a Israel flag, a cross, Israel Star David flag, and then he's endorsing watching out over the Hindus or Hindus in Bangladesh. We got some major issues going on, folks. major issues. Okay? Major. I don't want to go too far in this because we don't want to get suspended again. These are the type of things, again, I'll be putting up on Rumble. Okay? They're taking over New York. Okay? Now, this says, Open Societies funded revolutionary Abdullah, I'm not trying to pronounce these names, our beloved Union Square. If Hamas attacked New York City, whose side would he be on? Yeah. All right, guys, I just want to hit y'all up real quick to show you what's going on. Oh, well, I shouldn't have showed that. That might get jacked. Yeesh. Wowzers. Yeah. Watch the moment Israel Army unalive a group of civilians while transporting and drinking water on a donkey cart to the camps for the displaced. Okay, let me go ahead and end this video. Deuces.